If you're a professional engineer, commonly known as a PE, and you're considering moving to the US, you might be wondering what the steps are to get licensed and start working in your field. The good news is that engineers from all over the world can work in the US as long as they meet the requirements. Each state has its processes, but becoming a professional engineer is achievable if you follow the correct steps. Getting licensed might take some time, but don't be discouraged. In many cases, you can even start working as an engineer in training and earning a competitive wage before you receive your PE license. From there, you can secure a job in your field and put your skills to work. I'm Alyssa Morsavati, Director of U.S. Language Services. For over 15 years, I've been active in the translation industry in various capacities. Since 2018, U.S. Language Services has provided translation services to thousands of clients spanning a wide variety of industries, from individuals to law firms to educational institutions to government agencies. Continuing with our series on licensed professions, in this video, we are going to explain the process of getting licensed as a foreign-trained engineer in the U.S. and guide you through all the steps. We'll mention helpful resources like licensing boards and study guides as we go along. We've included all the links in the video's description box to make them easy to find. You might be wondering if pursuing an engineering license is worth the effort. So let's take a closer look at the U.S. job market. Engineers play a vital role in shaping the future and solving complex problems that impact society. Engineers are always in demand, whether you're designing bridges, developing software, or working on renewable energy solutions. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, engineering is one of the fastest growing fields in the U.S. Plus, they project engineering jobs will grow faster than other careers through 2033, with about 195,000 openings each year. Engineering is not only a field with strong job security, but also financially rewarding. According to Indeed.com, the average salary for engineers in the United States is over $100,000. With experience and career advancement, there's potential to earn even more. So let's look at the steps you'll need to take to get licensed and start working in the field. One of the most important things to know is which authority will grant your professional engineering license. Engineers are pivotal in designing and maintaining the systems that shape our daily lives. To handle complex projects where safety is a concern, state licensing boards want to be sure you've had the proper training. Earning a license proves you are ready by showing that you've passed exams, gained experience, and met your state-specific requirements. In the U.S., there are national organizations that support engineers, including the National Council of Examiners for Engineering and Surveying, or NCEES, and the National Society of Professional Engineers, also known as the NSPE. Though these organizations offer valuable resources and guidance, your PE license will be issued by the licensing board in your state. For instance, if you want to work in California, you'd be licensed by the California Board of Professional Engineers, Land Surveyors, and Geologists. In Texas, you'd go through the Texas Board of Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors. A great way to find your state licensing board is by using the directory on the NCEES website. There, you'll see an extensive list of all state licensing boards. We'll also provide contact details for the California, Florida, Illinois, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, and Texas licensing boards. These states are the 7 most sought-after destinations for people relocating to the U.S. Before we discuss the specifics, let's review the general steps foreign-trained engineers must follow to earn their U.S. engineering license. This process usually follows 5 main steps, though each state may have slightly different requirements. The first step is having your education credentials evaluated. Most states require this to make sure your degree meets their standards. Some states only accept evaluations from specific organizations, so it's important to check with the licensing board. The second step is taking the Fundamentals of Engineering exam, also known as the FE exam. This test covers the basics of engineering and is required in most states. The third step is becoming an engineer in training, commonly called an EIT, and to gain work experience. This means working under a licensed engineer for a certain number of years, depending on the state's requirements. The fourth step is passing the Principles and Practice of Engineering exam, often called the PE exam. The fifth and final step is to apply for your engineering license. Each state has its application process, and some may require additional paperwork, background checks, or ethics exams before granting a license. Again, some states may have additional steps or different paths, especially for engineers with years of experience abroad. So it's always good to check with your state's licensing board to get the most accurate information for your situation. Let's take a more detailed look at what you need to get your credentials evaluated. Most states require that foreign-trained engineers have their academic qualifications reviewed by an official credential evaluation service. These services evaluate your degree and professional experience, comparing them to U.S. qualifications to determine if they align with the educational requirements needed to become an engineer in the U.S. To start, you'll need to find an evaluation service approved by your state's licensing board, as different states may have specific preferences. Some states may have a list of approved services, while others may let you choose from a variety of providers. The best thing to do is to contact your state licensing board to see whether they have a preferred company. It's worth noting that the NCEES offers its credential evaluation service, which is accepted by most states. Since there's a good chance you'll be submitting your credential evaluation to the NCEES to take national exams, using their service could simplify the process. In general, these evaluations usually cost between $200 and $400, and the processing time can range from just a few days to about 4 weeks. If you're in a hurry, many services offer faster options for an extra fee, typically between $80 and $150. Once the evaluation is complete, the service should send the results to you and your state's licensing board to confirm your eligibility for the licensure exams. As you're deciding which type of evaluation you want, choosing a thorough one, often called the comprehensive or course-by-course evaluation, is probably your best bet. This ensures your state licensing board has all the necessary information right from the start, which could help speed up the process. To use a credential evaluation service, you'll need to gather a few important documents, including your original degree, certificate, or diploma, transcripts, and mark sheets. And bear in mind that you must obtain certified translations of your documents if they are not in English. So let's discuss certified translations. It's important to understand that even if you are fluent in English, you are not permitted to translate your own documents. In most cases, evaluation agencies will provide you with various options depending on whether you're going to have your documents translated in the US or abroad. So be sure to check with the evaluation agency because they may have certain requirements. Some evaluation agencies may offer translation services for a fee. However, since US Language Services specializes in translation, our rates are usually much more competitive and can be as much as 50% less than what an evaluation agency charges. Also, if the agency or the board needs the translations to be sent directly to them, we're happy to do so. It's important to understand that certified translations do not indicate the direct correspondence between a degree obtained abroad and its equivalent in the US. Certified translations convert your documentation into English, allowing the evaluation agency or licensing board to review your academic and professional accreditations. Certified translations also do not change the value of a mark obtained. For example, if you earned a 10 in a subject in a country where subjects are numerically evaluated from 1 to 10, your certified translation will indicate that you earned a 10, not an A+. In addition to any document required for the credential evaluation process, you may want to have any letters of recommendation or certificates of work experience translated for future job applications. To obtain a certified translation from US Language Services, you can place your order through our website or request a quote. You can simply send us scanned documents or even photographs of them. It's not necessary to send physical documents for this part of the process. You'll find the corresponding links in the description. Now we'll discuss how to demonstrate your level of English proficiency. If you're planning to become a licensed engineer in the US, strong English skills are essential. Clear communication is important for engineers' work, whether you're reviewing blueprints, troubleshooting mechanical issues, or coordinating electrical systems. Also, the fundamentals of engineering and principles and practice of engineering exams are administered in English. This means you must be comfortable reading complex technical questions, interpreting engineering concepts, and understanding exam instructions. Once you start working, strong English skills will continue to be essential. You'll need to communicate with clients or supervisors, write reports, and discuss project specifications with other engineers, architects, or contractors. Beyond that, many state licensing boards require continuing education courses to maintain your engineering license, and these courses are conducted in English. Because of this, employers often expect engineers to be proficient in English in writing, reading, and speaking. One way to demonstrate your language skills is by passing an English proficiency exam. Two of the most widely recognized exams are the TOEFL, which stands for Test of English as a Foreign Language, and the IELTS, which stands for International English Language Testing System. These exams can prove you have the English skills needed to succeed in the profession. And if you have a certificate from either organization, it will likely help you find a job more quickly after you're licensed. Now that we've covered language skills, let's talk about the exams you'll need to pass. We'll start with the national exams you need to pass. The first is the FE exam. The Fundamentals of Engineering exam is commonly referred to as the FE exam and is created and overseen by the NCEES. The FE exam is a computer-based exam that's administered throughout the year by a company called Pearson VUE. Luckily, Pearson VUE has testing locations in many areas, so you should be able to find one within a short drive of where you live. To register for the exam, you'll first need to create a MyNCEES through their website. After completing the registration process, you'll receive an email letting you know you've successfully registered and you've been authorized to take the exam. Once you've been authorized, log into your MyNCEES account, select the schedule option, and follow the on-screen instructions to book an exam. The fee to take the exam is $225, and you can pay it directly to NCEES during the online registration process. NCEES accepts credit card payments online from MasterCard, Visa, and American Express. When you register for the exam, you'll need to pay the full fee. You can reschedule your exam appointment by logging into your MyNCEES account. Select the reschedule link and follow the on-screen instructions. The rescheduling fee is $50 and must be rescheduled at least 48 hours before the originally scheduled time. The process to cancel your exam is similar. Just log into your MyNCEES account, then select the cancel button and follow the on-screen instructions. Like rescheduling, the fee to cancel your exam is also $50. When you register for the exam, you'll have to choose from 1 to 7 possible exam disciplines. Those 7 possible disciplines are chemical, civil, electrical and computer, environmental, industrial and systems, mechanical, and the other disciplines practice. Each exam discipline has a brief practice exam available on the NCEES website. These practice exams are just a few pages long in PDF form and are designed to give you an idea of what the questions will be like. If you need to change your exam discipline after registering, you'll need to pay a $50 administrative fee. Pearson Review also provides a short demo test, which is simply designed to show you how their software works and does not test examinees on engineering information. No matter which discipline of the exam you choose, each version consists of 110 questions, and you'll be given 6 hours to complete the exam. The 6 hours start with a 2-minute non-disclosure agreement, and then you'll go through an 8-minute tutorial. After that, the exam itself lasts 5 hours and 20 minutes. You'll also have a scheduled break, which is 25 minutes long. Most exam questions are in a traditional multiple choice format where only one answer is correct. However, you might also come across what the NCEES calls alternative item types, or AITs. These include questions with multiple correct options, meaning more than one answer can be right. There are also point and click questions where you'll need to click on a part of a graphic to answer. You may see drag and drop questions where you match, sort, rank, or label items by dragging them. Finally, some questions may have a blank space where you enter a numerical response. No matter the question type, all are scored as either correct or incorrect. For more details on how the exam questions are divided and what each discipline focuses on, you can check out the NCEES PDFs for each version of the FE exam. Each one includes important information like the exam format, how many minutes you'll have for each section, covered topics, number of questions, subtopics, measurement systems, and any specific requirements for that discipline. After completing the exam, test takers usually receive results within 7 to 10 days. The NCEES will send you an email with instructions for how to check your exam results in your MyNCEES account. Your exam score is based on the number of correct answers, and there's no penalty for wrong answers. That raw score is then converted into a scaled score to account for slight differences between different exam versions. However, the NCEES won't publish your numerical score. You'll only see a pass or fail result. If you don't pass, you'll receive a diagnostic report highlighting areas where you performed well and where you struggled, which can help you if you decide to try again. You can take the FE exam up to 3 times within 12 months, but you're limited to 1 attempt during each 3-month testing window. So you can retake the exam as many times as you need, as long as you wait for the next testing window in between each attempt. Remember, each time you retake the exam, you'll need to pay the full $225 exam fee. One of the best ways to avoid retaking the exam is to pass it on your first try, and the way to do that is to study. A perfect place to start is by reviewing the PDF that matches the specific discipline version of the exam you plan to take. As you review that PDF, you'll find clear lists of which subjects to focus your studies on. In addition to those PDFs, you can download NCEES's reference handbooks for each exam, but only after creating an online account with NCEES. After that, the NCEES offers $50 interactive FE practice exams for each version of the FE exam. Each one includes 50 questions with solutions and mimics the computer-based format. You can take it in time mode, review solutions instantly, and see the subject areas covered by each question. There's a separate version for each FE discipline, and you'll have unlimited access for a year after purchase. If you're looking to elevate your studying and improve your chances of success, you might want to check out one of the exam prep courses from PPI2Pass. Many people who have taken the FE exam say that the PPI2Pass offers one of the best prep courses out there. Luckily, PPI2Pass offers 3 different course options based on how much you're willing to spend. The packages cost $1,795, $195, and $59. The more you pay, the more access you'll have to live help and other exam takers. Even the most affordable option gives you over 2,700 exam-style questions and 2 full-length practice tests. Another great option is the School of PE, which offers a similar study course at a lower price. Their most expensive package costs $1,490, making it more affordable than PPI2Pass. This course includes live online classes, study questions, and a timed 6-hour mock exam. They also provide a variety of ebooks, question banks, and individual tutoring sessions at lower costs, so you can try out the platform without spending as much. Another thing worth noting is that the School of PE offers both Apple and Android mobile apps, so you can review your study materials from your phone or tablet no matter where you are. One of the best ways to stay on top of FE exam prep and connected with the engineering community is by joining online forums. These are great places to find study tips, useful resources, and advice from others who've taken the exam. The subreddit FE Exam has over 21,000 members with new questions, resources, and advice being shared every day. If you have a specific question, there's a good chance you'll get a response within just a few hours. Similarly, the Facebook group FE Exam and PE Exam has over 23,000 members. There, you'll be able to find like-minded people offering advice, resources, and sharing their experiences taking the FE exam. After passing the FE exam, the next step for most engineers is becoming an engineer in training, or EIT. This is also called an engineering intern in many states, but both titles mean the same thing. This certification allows engineers to gain the hands-on experience required before taking the PE exam. One good thing to remember is that while you may need to work as an EIT for a while before you can get your engineering license, you'll at least be getting paid while in this role. According to ZipRecruiter, the average annual salary for EITs is around $91,000 a year. So even before you're licensed, you're still likely to earn a pretty good living. While some states may have exceptions, NCEES generally requires at least 4 years of work experience as a trainee before you can sit for the PE exam. As you work with your EIT certification, you'll need to document your experience. Most state boards require a detailed record to ensure it meets the necessary criteria. This includes a statement from you describing the work you've done and verification from your supervisor. State requirements can vary, and many provide forms for both candidates and supervisors to use. Make sure to check with your state's licensing board for the exact details. In general, you'll need to include your job title, your level of responsibility, and a specific summary of the work you performed, including your duties and the complexity of the projects. Work experience verifications will be processed electronically in your MyNCEES account. Your references will receive an email with instructions on how to access the secure information. It's a good idea to notify your references beforehand and follow up with them to ensure they respond to the email. To meet most state requirements, your supervisor or department manager should be a licensed engineer during your time of employment. After passing the FE exam and acquiring work experience as an EIT, you'll need to pass the PE exam. The Principles and Practices of Engineering exam is commonly called the PE exam. Like the FE exam, this exam is also administered by the NCEES, and there are more than 20 versions of the exam, depending on which type of engineer you plan to become. For most versions of the exam, there are either 80 or 85 questions, and test takers are given 9 or 9.5 hours to complete the exam. These versions of the exam all have a fee of $400. The structural PE exam is divided into two sections, the breadth section and the depth section. The breadth section has 55 questions and lasts 6 hours, and the depth section contains 60 questions and lasts 5.5 hours. Both halves of the structural exam have a fee of $350, so in total you'll pay $700 to take this exam. Unlike the FE exam, the PE exam doesn't follow a single set schedule because there are so many versions. Some PE exams are available year-round, allowing test takers to register and take them at their convenience. Others, especially those with fewer test takers, are only offered once a year or on a specific date. Still, much of what applies to the FE exam also applies to the PE exam. Just like the FE exam, the PE is a computer-based test you'll take at a Pearson VUE testing center. To sign up for the exam, you must register through your MyNCEES account, pay the exam fee when you sign up, and schedule your test on the NCEES website. If you need to reschedule or cancel, the fee is $50 as long as you make changes at least 48 hours in advance. The PE exam includes a mix of multiple choice and alternative item type questions. These might ask you to select multiple correct answers, click on specific parts of a diagram, drag and drop items into place, or enter a numerical response. Just like the FE exam, every question is either right or wrong, and there is no penalty for incorrect answers. You'll typically get your results in 7 to 10 days, and the NCEES will email you when they are ready. The scoring process works the same way as the FE exam. The exception is the PE structural depth exam, which requires standard setting evaluations. Those results take longer, typically 10 to 13 weeks. Your raw score is converted to a scaled score, but NCEES will not tell you the exact numbers. If you do not pass, you'll get a diagnostic report showing how you performed in different subject areas. If you need to retake the PE exam, you can try again up to 3 times in 12 months, but you will have to pay the full exam fee each time. Studying is one of the best ways to avoid retaking the exam, and NCEES offers downloadable ebook practice exams to help you prepare. Each practice exam is in PDF format and it includes 50 questions along with solutions. There's a separate practice exam for each version of the PE exam, so you can focus on the one that matches your specific discipline. These exams are designed to give you a feel for the content and structure of the test. Once you download them to your device, you have lifetime access, so you can revisit them as much as you need. As with the FE exam, PPI2Pass and the School of PE have created thorough study guides for the PE exams within the same price range. If you're looking for an online community while studying for the PE exam, the subreddit PE Study Group 2024-2025 has over 23,000 members. There you can find people to answer questions and refer you to resources. The Facebook group we mentioned earlier, the FE exam and PE exam, also has over 23,000 members. You'll see daily posts with updates and discussions about the exam. There you can ask questions, share study strategies, and connect with others on the same journey. Now let's take a look at specific states and their requirements for licensure. The NCEES has a helpful webpage called Exam Registration and Requirements by State. When you click on a state, you will see its licensing board's contact information and the registration requirements. This page is a helpful place to start if you're beginning the licensing process. Some states are more common choices for immigrants, so let's go over the specific licensing requirements for the top 7 states. Let's start with California, where engineers need 6 years of experience before applying for their engineering license, and the application fee is $175. In Florida, the Florida Board of Professional Engineers only accepts 2 credential evaluation companies, Joseph Silney & Associates and the NCEES credential evaluations. To apply, you'll need 4 years of experience if you have a Bachelor of Science, or 6 years if you have a Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology, and the application costs $100. In Illinois, the only credential evaluation service the state accepts is from NCEES. Also, if your engineering education was not in English, you must pass the TOEFL exam. However, if you earn a postgraduate degree from a U.S. accredited engineering program, the exam will be waived. In terms of experience, engineers educated abroad will need a total of 8 years of experience before applying for their engineering license, and the license is $100. As for Massachusetts, you'll need 8 years of experience before obtaining your license. The Massachusetts Board of Registration of Professional Engineers prefers credential evaluation services performed by the NCEES, and your engineer application fee will be $150. To become an engineer in New Jersey, you'll need 4 years of total experience, and 2 of those years need to be gained in the U.S. The application fee for engineers in New Jersey is $75. Also, the state of New Jersey only accepts credential evaluations from 3 companies, and those are the NCEES Credential Evaluation Service, Joseph Silney & Associates, and Educational Perspectives. In New York, the requirements are more demanding than in some states. You need 6 years of experience to take the FE exam, then another 6, making it 12 in total to take the PE and get licensed. The fee to apply for a license will be $377. Lastly, in Texas, foreign engineers will need at least 8 years of experience to apply for a license, as the state requires this for degrees from non-accredited institutions. Your credential evaluations must be conducted by one of the 5 specific organizations, and the NCEES Credential Evaluation Service is one of them. Also, Texas requires engineers to take the Texas Ethics of Engineering exam, but luckily you can take it online and the exam is open book. Plus, you can download PDFs of the questions and the answers, so you should have no trouble passing, and there's no fee to take the exam. However, there's a $75 fee to apply for a professional engineering license. After receiving your license, you'll need to regularly maintain it throughout your career. For example, in California, professional engineers must renew their license every 2 years for a fee of $180, and the state has no continuing education requirements. In Florida, professional engineers must complete 18 professional development hours every 2 years to renew their license, and the fee will be $49. Engineers in Illinois will need 30 hours of professional development during each 2-year license renewal period. The fee to renew your license is $30 per year, so it will be $60 in total. As for Massachusetts, engineers won't need to keep up with any continuing educational requirements to maintain their license, but there is a $150 fee for each 2-year licensing period. To maintain your license in New Jersey, you'll need 24 professional development hours every 2 years for a fee of $80. New York's licensing period is unique because it lasts 3 years, and you'll need 36 hours of professional development to keep it active. Your renewal fee is split into 2 amounts, a continuing education fee of $45 and a registration fee of $242 for a total of $287. Likewise, the Texas license renewal period is unique because it lasts only 1 year, and you'll need 15 hours of professional development each year. Each year, you'll need to pay a $50 renewal fee. That wraps up our overview of the licensure process of popular states for immigrants in the U.S. While each state may have its specific requirements, the overall process is fairly consistent, and what we've covered should give you a solid understanding of what to expect no matter where you plan to work. As you prepare to move and begin searching for careers in engineering, you'll find that PEs are in high demand, which means you'll probably secure a competitive salary and stable work. While the licensure process can be challenging at times, it's a valuable investment in your career. With the skills and education you already have, you'll find plenty of opportunities to advance your career and contribute to important engineering projects. Wherever you're coming from, moving to the United States often requires certified translations of essential documents. This can include your college transcripts, degree certificates, birth certificates, and any engineering-related credentials you've obtained abroad. If you have questions about how to get certified translations of your documents, check out this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time.